Welcome back. Democrats pushing back against the Trump administration's rapid changes to how our government operates amid a slew of lawsuits against executive orders and protests over changes at government agencies. Democratic leadership in the House and the Senate have both released new plans to their colleagues. Taurean Small joins us live to talk about these letters, which were released about an hour ago. Taurean, thank you for being with us. What do the Democrats hope to accomplish through these letters?
Yeah, Liz, the Democratic Party is looking to get on the same page. So these internal memos serve as directive to the rest of the conference. What we saw Leader Schumer say here is that the next couple of years for the minority party would be a tricky one to navigate, considering they lost their numbers in the Senate. Now they also are facing down a House, a Senate, and a White House, all controlled by the Republican Party. Schumer outlined that over the next few weeks, the goal here would be messaging, making sure that all of the members are on the same page about how to address the agenda and priorities that Republicans are putting out. Support for pending litigation, so any challenge to Trump's executive action that we've seen in court over the past couple of weeks. And then also when it comes to legislation, he's hoping to hold the line. While there's a slight majority, a slim majority in the House for some of these more messaging bills to move forward outside of the budget. In the Senate, without 60 members, Republicans can't really get much done. So Schumer is saying in this letter that he intends to hold the line, and he wants his colleagues to do the same.
Yeah, and this is all coming, Taurean, as Senate Republicans hope to confirm some of President Trump's most embattled cabinet picks this week. Democrats, we know, are pushing hard against them, but do they even have a chance to block any of these people?
Yeah, no, the pathway forward is quite clear for all of these nominees, including some of the more embattled people like Tulsi Gabbard, a former congresswoman, former Democratic presidential nominee or candidate, and now Trump's pick to head the Department of National Intelligence. She was one who gave quite a few Republicans pause, but ultimately we've seen when it came to those high stakes moments, like in committee, that those Republicans who were on the fence ultimately decided to go in favor of her. I have to point out Todd Young, Indiana senator, who was one that was on the fence. He faced this intense pressure campaign from folks within Trump's orbit, including Elon Musk, who called him a deep state puppet. He since pulled that back and said that he had a fruitful conversation with him, and ultimately we saw Young vote for him. Gabbard's on the floor. Her nomination is up on the floor for cloture vote. That's just a procedural vote here around 5:30 this evening. After that, Democrats hold the line for 30 hours of debate. Then we'll ultimately see her final vote happen. And then that process starts all over again for the next nominee.
It is quite the process, Taurean. And later on this week, the House Foreign Affairs Committee is holding a hearing on, quote, the USAID betrayal. What can we expect from that?
Well, we're expecting to see messaging from Republicans that are in line with the president, looking to lend an endorsement to some of the more radical changes, according to Democrats, that's happening to that office. Democrats have argued and complained to the chairman, Brian Mast, that they need to hold a hearing because they disapprove of what's happening to that office, those massive layoffs and blocking of employees to return to office. The witness list so far is those who have been selected by the majority party. So a lot of folks who are more favorable toward the president's agenda so far on this, including former representative from the Heritage Foundation, that ultra-conservative think tank that was behind Project 2025. We also have a former Republican congressman who's set to testify. The Democratic Party has not released who their witness would be, but it's ultimately expected that they would come to the defense of Democrats on this one.
All right, Taurean Small, thank you so much for that insight.